What's up mga tito? Welcome back. If you're playing CLM and you're wondering, how do I actually farm SHILTZ points efficiently, climb the SHILTZ ranking, and earn more SHILTZ Crystal? Then this video is for you. Because today, I'm going to show you every major source of SHILTZ points, the best order to do them, and some small tricks that can help you squeeze out more points every single day. And trust me, it's not just about grinding harder, it's about knowing where to be, when to be there, and how to maximize your participation. So let's get started. Before we jump into the actual farming route, let's first understand what we're farming. SHILTZ Crystal is one of the core resources in CLM. You can obtain it by participating in the SHILTZ ranking, or you can purchase SHILTZ token through the game token decks and convert it into SHILTZ Crystal. And these crystals aren't just sitting there looking pretty. You can use them in the UPart shop to purchase valuable items for your character progression. And if you don't need the items, you can also convert your SHILTZ Crystal back into SHILTZ token and trade it through the game token decks. So basically, the better you perform in the SHILTZ ranking, the more valuable resources you can potentially earn. Now let's break down exactly how to farm those points. First, and probably one of the most important sources of SHILTZ points, field bosses. Field bosses spawn 5 times a day, 11 AM, 4 PM, 8 PM, 11 PM, and 2 AM GMT plus 8. But if you're trying to build a consistent daily farming routine, the 8 PM spawn is the one you really want to focus on. Why? Because after the 8 PM field boss, you can immediately transition into your other activities for the night. But before you jump into the boss, there are a few things you need to prepare. Since field boss rewards can depend on your damage ranking, you want to maximize your offensive power. So before entering, switch to your offensive stats, equip your offensive pets, use your lowest cooldown offensive skills, activate your guild buffs, use your available buff items. Basically, don't enter a damage competition wearing your farming setup. Now here's another important trick. Some of the lower level field bosses die extremely quickly. So you don't want to waste your time waiting around for a boss that is already almost dead. For the lower level bosses, I recommend prioritizing them in roughly this order. Sky Shaman, then Kings of Great Kings, then Midwinter MMA, then Raychak, the third of the Silver Anchor. Once you've cleared those, you should have plenty of time to move toward tougher bosses. And here's another small trick that can save you a lot of time. Keep your field boss menu ready before the boss dies. Why? Because the moment the reward appears, you can immediately select your next boss and teleport there. No running around, no opening multiple menus, no wasting precious seconds. And remember, field bosses normally end around 15 minutes after spawning. So if you start with the 8 PM boss, you're usually finished around 8:15 PM. And this gives us the perfect window to move to our next activity. After field boss, don't immediately go AFK. This is where I like to move into the growth dungeons. These include Equipment Dungeon, Segel Dungeon, and Winter Dungeon. Make sure you clear your available stages daily because these dungeons don't just give you SHILTZ points. They also give you useful progression materials. For example, Equipment Dungeon gives crafting materials and equipment chests. Segel Dungeon gives you plenty of Segel, Sapphire, and bonus reward boxes. And Winter Dungeon gives you skill book fragments, winter pouches containing winter tickets for your daily request board, and other useful rewards. So you're basically getting progression materials and SHILTZ points at the same time. And here's another little quality of life trick. If you've already cleared the final stage available to you, you can use a fleeting hourglass to instantly clear that dungeon. These are commonly obtainable through the game shop. So if you're short on time, don't manually replay everything. Use your instant clear where it makes sense. Also remember that the SHILTZ points from these activities contribute to the weekly ranking, so consistently doing your clears matters. Next is the Tower of the Sage. Your objective here is simple. Clear as many stages as possible and push toward the highest floor you can reach. But don't think of this as just another source of SHILTZ points. The tower also gives you valuable rewards such as arcane stones, sage statues for skill and costume-related exchanges, and legendary part materials. And just like the growth dungeon rewards, your SHILTZ points here contribute to the weekly ranking. So if you haven't pushed your tower recently, this is your sign to do it. Even if you don't have enough power to climb several floors, every bit of progress helps. Or you can simply choose to instantly complete the last floor you have cleared to receive the rewards. Now it's almost 9 PM, and this is where things get interesting, because the Rift boss spawns at 9 PM. And unlike some of the other activities, you don't want to arrive late. Enter the Rift area before the boss spawns. Why? Because the room can fill up extremely quickly. And if you wait until the boss actually appears, you might find yourself unable to get in. Also very important, the Rift boss spawns on channel 1, so make sure you're on the correct channel. And there's another thing you need to remember. The Rift area is a PvP zone, so don't get too distracted trying to fight other players. Your priority is simple: hit the boss. Even if you're not one of the strongest players there, make sure you get your participation in. You don't necessarily need to top the damage chart, you just want to make sure you qualify for the participation reward when the boss is defeated. And if you're already level 100 or higher, you can also participate in the next Rift boss. I'm currently level 97, so I can't show that one yet. But once you reach the required level, definitely add it to your routine. Next is the World Boss. This is another important source of SHILTZ points. Unlike the Rift boss, this is a class-specific solo World Boss dungeon. Your performance is ranked based on your damage. The better your damage ranking, the better your SHILTZ ranking contribution can be. You can access this feature once you reach level 100. Again, my level is almost there, so I can't show it for now. But if you're serious about climbing the SHILTZ ranking, this is another task you want to check every day. And finally, SHILTZ Pass. This one is probably the easiest source of SHILTZ points because you can earn them simply by completing your daily missions and seasonal missions. So whenever you're doing your normal daily routine, make sure you're also progressing your SHILTZ Pass. These are basically free points waiting for you to claim. And this brings us to one of the biggest multipliers in the entire SHILTZ ranking system. But here's where things can get interesting. Your SHILTZ point acquisition across the different activities except World Boss can be multiplied by purchasing a premium pass. With Premium, your applicable SHILTZ point acquisition can go up to 3x. And with the Legendary Pass, it can go up to 5x. So if you're already actively farming SHILTZ points, the multiplier can make a huge difference over the course of the season. But that's not the only benefit. These premium passes also provide additional rewards and reduce the minting fee when converting SHILTZ Crystal into SHILTZ token. The fee can be reduced from 50% down to 10%. So if you're planning to actively participate in the SHILTZ economy this season, that's definitely something worth considering. Now, before we finish, there's one more thing I highly recommend you check regularly. Go to the SHILTZ ranking interface. Here, you can see your boss participation history, SHILTZ point acquisition history, current ranking, and expected SHILTZ Crystal rewards. This is important because you don't want to blindly farm without knowing where you actually stand. Check the expected SHILTZ Crystal reward. The rewards are distributed after the season ends through your in-game mail. You can use the ranking page to decide, do I need to push harder, or am I already in a good reward bracket? And that's basically how you can farm SHILTZ points and climb the SHILTZ ranking in CLM. The biggest takeaway here is, don't just farm more, farm smarter. Know the field boss schedule, prepare your damage setup, move between activities efficiently, never miss your daily dungeons. And keep an eye on your ranking throughout the season, because at the end of the day, every point counts toward your SHILTZ Crystal reward. If this guide helped you understand the SHILTZ ranking system, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and drop your comment for more CLM guides. Let's help each other climb that ranking. Good luck, happy farming. Again, this is Tito Bonds, your host, and I'll see you in the next one.